let's set the scene. You're going karting for the first time. Perhaps you've been willing to try something new lately, or perhaps there's a celebration going on with your family and friends, or maybe you've been sat at home watching too much Drive to Survive and you found yourself sat there thinking, you know what, I could do this. Now you're on the way to the track and you realise, oh no, I've never been karting before. I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen next. I'm not sure how it's going to go. Maybe I'm going to crash. Maybe you're feeling nervous, but that is why I am here. My name is Perico, and in today's carefully manufactured excuse to wear my race suit in my room, I'm going to be sharing a few tips that I believe will help make your first time in a go-kart a breeze. Who knows? Maybe it could even become your new hobby. Then you could get absolutely obsessed with it and start watching more of my videos. Please subscribe. Tip number 1. Relax.
Felipe, baby, stay cool.
It's perfectly normal to feel a little bit nervy before you head out on track. Heavens no, I still get the pre-race tingles, and I've been doing this for well over a year now.
Whoa, my goodness gracious me!
It's just adrenaline. It's the same feeling you get before you go on a roller coaster. However, it's important to not let those pre-race nerves become pre-race panic. You can't really Murphy's Law this kind of thing. If you go into a go-kart session worrying that you're going to crash, you're probably going to crash. Remember, that kart is only going to do what you make it do. You have the steering wheel, you have the pedals. So, relax. Go in there with a bright attitude, a positive mental attitude. Go in there to have some fun, and trust me, you're gonna do just fine. Tip number 2. Get comfortable.
Okay, I'm gonna pee in your seat.
This might seem like a strange one on the surface, but it's actually very important. When you're finally shown to your kart and you get seated, you might notice that when you sit down, your pedals are maybe too far away, or they're too close, or anywhere in between. Same with the seat. It's really important to get yourself in a comfortable seating position before you head out on track. And if there's people waiting behind you, forget them. What matters is you are safe and secure in that kart. Make sure you are able to apply both pedals comfortably, and you're able to fully reach and operate the steering wheel. Because the last thing you want to do is put yourself directly into a wall because you couldn't reach the brake pedal in time. If you're unsure how to do any of this, ask a marshal. Trust me, you will not be a bother. They would much rather spend 15 seconds out of their day helping you adjust your kart rather than red flag a session for 2 minutes to pull you out from underneath the tyre barrier because you went screaming into it because you couldn't turn away in time. Tip number 3. Be aware.
Stroll is not looking where he's going.
Okay, so we're finally out of the pits, we're on track, it's time to give it the beans, and let's get going. But I hate to be the boring one here, but this is the time where you really need to start taking responsibility while you're out on track. Make sure that while you're out on track, you're generally focusing in the direction you're going and the direction you want to be going. Just kind of eyes front, really. However, it's also important to stay aware of anyone who could be around you. When you're entering corners, for instance, have a little check in your peripheral. Is there someone trying to overtake on your inside? If there is, and they've got alongside you, give them room to race. Don't press them into barriers. That's not really the nice thing to do. Occasionally, if you're on a big long straight, have a quick little check behind you. See what's going on around you. Just try your best to stay aware. Also, make sure that you're aware of the flags. These will be covered in your safety briefing, but just in case you doze off in the middle of it like I have done before, the yellow flag basically means slow down, no overtaking, the red flag means come to a controlled stop where safe, and the black flag means you've cocked up, go to the pits. Don't get the black flag, it's not a fun flag to get. They do tend to tell you off if you get black flagged. Stay aware, concentrate on what's going on in front of you, stay mindful of others on the track, and everything will be fine. Tip number 4. Pedal control.
No more brake pedal.
Go-karts are actually really easy to drive, but that does not mean you don't have the capacity to absolutely drop one if you drive it wrong. And it's actually particularly easy to do on low-traction electric circuits, for example, Team Sport Nottingham, because electric karts have instant torque, so the moment you apply the accelerator, you're going at that speed. They're really cool. I do like an electric kart. I'm getting off topic. This is where pedal control comes in, because it might be completely instinctual as you're hurtling towards a corner to think, oh no, I'm going too fast, better apply the brake and absolutely slam that anchor all the way down. However, if you do this while at any kind of turning angle, chances are you're going to absolutely drop it and spin the kart. You also run the risk of brake checking anyone who's behind you, and you don't want to be doing that either. Similarly, let's say you've made the corner, you're halfway through, you've hit the apex, and now you want to carry speed out of that corner, so you absolutely mash that accelerator down, only to find you've absolutely overcooked the exit, spun, and you're now nose first into the apex of the corner. You don't want to do that for obvious reasons, and the solution to both of these problems is the same. A little bit of pedal control. As you're coming towards a corner, instead of slamming those anchors on, do it gradually. Apply the brakes with haste, but instead of doing it all at once, just gradually. And you might even notice that you don't even need to apply the brake all the way in order to make the corner you're trying to take. Similarly, when exiting a corner, instead of mashing that accelerator all the way down, apply the throttle gradually, because then you will feed the power through the kart gradually, and you will maintain traction and gain the same amount of speed you would as if you just mashed that accelerator straight on. This is actually a fantastic habit to get into early, because if you can master good pedal control in your early stages, you're going to be a very, very fast karter if you ever decide to get into the hobby. So remember, pedal control. Don't bin it, because you'll just delay the session for everyone else and yourself. I wish more people knew that one. Tip number 5. This one's a personal one of mine. If they're faster than you, let them through. Now, I know what you're thinking. Perico, that's a little counterintuitive, isn't it? Surely we're here to race. Well, given that statistically your first time in a go-kart is going to be an arrive and drive practice session, yes, but actually no. You see, open arrive and drive sessions aren't actually judged by positions rather than the fastest lap time that is actually set on the track in that session. And considering it's your first time in a go-kart, there's probably a very, very high chance that there will be at least a couple people on that track who are faster than you. There's no shame in that, so use it as a learning opportunity. My advice, if you know that there's someone behind you who happens to be faster than you, let them past. This is actually beneficial for you, because it means not only do you now no longer have the pressure of a much faster, much more experienced driver breathing down your neck, it now means that you've got some more clear room to work with, and there's someone much faster than you in front of you. So you can observe what they're doing and maybe learn a thing or two from them. Remember, try to let them through in a safe manner, as my friend RGK is now going to demonstrate. Move to the side, leave plenty of space for people to get by, and before rejoining the racing line, be sure to check that there's no one else trying to get through as well. Trust me, it's going to make things run smoothly for absolutely everyone involved. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching this video. I hope that any of this advice has been useful to you. Sorry if you've noticed that my eyes keep straying away from the camera. I am terrible in front of a camera, and I've got a script in front of me. My headphones turned all the way down because of my wallpaper engine wallpapers singing a song at me right now. And I am still a very, very awkward man, despite the fact that I'm just awkward. Anyway, I hope this helps. Until next time.